Hello. Hi, Robin. How you doing? Thank you for the birthday wish. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Look like it's me and you right now. 7:59. Got one more minute. And yes, it's my birthday. Yay. So while we're waiting on more people to come in, I just want to welcome all the people that aren't in the live chat tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. If you do feel like putting a comment in the live chat, I would appreciate that. You are very much welcome. And also for those of you that are going to watch the rerun or the recorded version of this live, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And I hope you get something out of it. Today is my birthday, and today it is all about me. Hi, son. How you doing? Thank you. Love you too. That's next to you, LLC. Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Waiting for a few more people to drop in, and then I have a little short presentation I'm going to present. I decided tonight that since this is my birthday and it's all about me, you only have one birthday a year. And when you get to be my age, when you do have a birthday, it's a blessing. Trust and believe me, it is a blessing to have one. So I am very thankful that I'm here today to celebrate my birthday, another milestone. Lord has blessed me, and I'm so glad of that. And you're watching from Olympia, Washington. Hey, how you doing up there? I lived in Kent, Washington for a while, and part of my territory when I was a pharmaceutical rep was in Olympia. So I've been to Olympia a few times. So that's over there across the mountains. It gets cold and snowy over there. But thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Thank you for the happy birthday wish. And I appreciate you so much as well. I really do. I appreciate all of my viewers and my subscribers, everybody that supports this channel. And I do appreciate you. And what I was about to say, my presentation, I don't really have an embroidery presentation for tonight, although we will and can talk about it because there's so much to talk about. But what I want to do for the first part of this evening basically is talk about me. I know when I first started this channel a couple of years ago, I had several people ask me questions about me, my background, and just wanting to get to know me. And I didn't really do much of that kind of information because there's just so much going on. And I thought about it since today is my birthday and that my channel has grown and there's quite a few people that are subscribed and watching. I reached 1,200 subscribers today, so I'm very thankful for that because my subscribers are growing, and I'm hoping and praying for many, many more, and hopefully people will feel the need to subscribe or the desire to subscribe as well as join. If you feel the need to join or the desire to join to help support the channel, I do appreciate it. And like I mentioned before, super chat, super thanks, super stickers, all of those things are available to support the channel. But I have a slideshow of some pictures, and I'll talk to you a little bit about it. I could not find any baby pictures, little girl pictures, and all of those kinds of things. I have some of those things packed away, and I can't get to them, so I wasn't able to be able to show any of those pictures. But just want to tell you a little bit about my life, what I've done in my life. I know I've talked off and on about living here, living there, and so forth and so on. And sometimes I call myself a nomad because I'm always somewhere. And, I've lived in a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. When you get to my age, that's something that happens. You just kind of, some people, Some people do. And so I am going to wait just a little bit longer and see how many more people are going to drop in because it's just 3 after 8. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few more people dropping in. Hi, Tricia. Thank you for the happy birthday wish. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. So I hadn't seen you in a minute. Guess you've been busy. Been busy, but I'm so glad that you chose my birthday to drop in and stop by and wish me a happy birthday. I do appreciate that. And as you can see, I have my little screen behind me. It's not a green screen. And I'm going to take it down a little bit because it gets to be, when I move around, it gets all crazy and blurry and stuff. And like if I reach over here, I don't know what it's going to look like to get my wine. See how it goes and it's crazy. So I don't know if that's going to irritate people or not. So I may take it down in a little bit. Hi, Marina. How you doing? Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you coming in. As I was saying, I am. It's magic. Yeah, it's magic. Yeah. Hi there. How you doing? Thank you for the happy birthday wish. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yay, it is my birthday, y'all. Hey. We don't get but one of these a year, so when you get them, you need to celebrate them. And like I was saying, when you get to be my age, you definitely need to celebrate it because a lot of people don't make it that way. And so I am very happy to be alive and able to celebrate my birthday. The celebration started bright and early this morning. My son that's on here next to you, LLC, he texts me early, like right after midnight or so, to wish me happy birthday. Then I got another message around 3 in the morning wishing me happy birthday. And it started off first thing this morning, and it has constantly gone and nonstop, and bunch of birthday wishes on Facebook, and I got phone calls, grandsons, and everybody. So texts and different things. So it's been a good day. Got some nice gifts. Appreciate that. I actually got a new webcam. I don't know if you could tell or not. I think the lighting is a lot better. Um, and that shadow isn't showing up. So the new webcam, which was a gift, I think is working. And it's kind of cool because I can zoom in and zoom out and all that kind of stuff, and supposedly able to move around and all of that. I haven't figured that stuff out yet, but um, I will. So, Maureen, you said that's a testament to how much you are loved and admired. Well, thank you so much. I feel like I am loved. And Val, you said the more birthdays you have, the longer you should celebrate. Yep. Celebrate for a month at least. You know, my girlfriend in Kansas City, the one that I call my best girlfriend. We've been buds for over 30 plus years. We met each other in our 30s and we're in our 70s now. So that tell you it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and we've had a long ride, and we talked about 3 hours last night and everything. But she she has been supportive of me forever. We've been supportive of each other. But I know when she turned, how old is she? I think when she turned 70, 70, she celebrated her birthday for an entire month, just like you were saying, an entire month, every day. And not only did she celebrate it herself, her family celebrated it with her, and they had something for her all the time. The whole month, she had something different. She was getting gifts. She was going out. She was doing this, doing that, and everything. And she's such a wonderful person, and she does so much for everybody. So it was well deserved. But she celebrated her whole month, her birthday month, which is in September. So we're the same age. I'm just what I'm a July baby. She's a September baby, but we're the same age. Hi, Joanna. How you doing? And thank you for the birthday wish. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, so we got a few people in here. So what I'm going to do, and the people that come a little later, I love my T-shirt. Pink is a good color on me. Well, thank you. And Trisha, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I did or not. I can't remember. But anyway, let me go ahead and hopefully I can get this up, get the right one up. I thought I had taken one of these off. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I got the right one up or not. But if I don't, I'll show you the other one. But I just wanted to show you a few pictures, celebrate my birthday with me, and look at my hair. Now, I started wearing dreads. Uh this picture, this picture where my I don't know if you can see my mouse on there or not, but the picture that's on your left, um, with the brown suit on, that's when I was working as a pharmaceutical rep, and I had started wearing my dreads. I loved my dreads. As you can see, I've been trying to redo dreads off and on for several years because I act a fool and cut them off. When they got as long as the one that's in the middle, because I don't know if you can tell from that picture, but it's down on my shoulder and it kind of hung down my back. Oh, I loved my hair back then, but it was so heavy. I don't know if you know anybody with dreads. Your dreads get extremely heavy the longer they are, and it was causing me to thin up top, and it was just kind of like the Stevie Wonder situation. Stevie needs to give it up, but anyway, it pulls it back. And so instead of cutting it shorter to get the weight off, I just chopped it off like something crazy. But I regret that because I have yet to ever get my hair back. But anyway, this picture here has to be over 20 years old. This one is close to that time. And this one I think was in 07, 8, 07, 8, 9, somewhere around there. And that's when I had my business. And this is in the basement of my home. This one's in kind of like the kitchen area of my home I had in St. Louis. And of course, this one I think was professionally done. So that is me with the hair, with the dreads. Now this one is a picture of me and my daughter, Terry. You see Terry on here, off and on. I don't know if she's gonna pop in tonight or not, but that's my daughter and that's me. Can you tell which one's me and which one's my daughter? We are twins. And then the other one alone is my mom. I was told that this was a picture taken of her when she was around 16. And I don't know if you can see the resemblance, but everybody says that the three of us look alike. We look like triplets. So that's my mom. And my mom passed away at the age of 35. Um, I was 11 when we lived in St. Louis. And this is actually, unfortunately, the only picture I have of my mom. And Joanne, you said dreads are heavy. My daughter had them because of the thinning. She wears a wash and twist now. Yeah, they are heavy. The longer they get, uh, they are heavy. And yeah, Trish, I am in the front. That be me. And Robin, you say yes. You all do look alike. Yeah, a lot of people used to say, ask me if that was my sister. And Marina, wow, you all share your eyes and smiles. Yeah, we got those eyes, don't we? Same eyes as my mom. Now, these are my boys. You just saw my daughter. These are my boys. Son number one and son number two. They didn't know they were going to be on here. This is the son number two is the Next to You LLC that's on here tonight. That's my youngest son, and the other one is my oldest son, and then of course I had to put my fur babies on here, Casey and JoJo. They're gone but not forgotten. Those two characters there, OMG, OMG. Who they used to keep us rolling, but yeah, love my little puppies. I don't have many more. And they were, well, the one with the green bandana on was a puppy at the time when this was taken. And Kate, and her name is JoJo, and that's the one I had the longest. And and Casey had I don't know, my daughter's texting me for some reason. I don't know why she's texting me. So let me check and see, make sure everything is okay. Okay. All right, no problem. Sorry about that. Anyway, like I said, Casey is the one with the tongue sticking out. He was about 3, and she was a puppy, but she ruled the whole thing. And I had her the longest. I lost him, I believe, in 2010, and I lost her in March the 7th of 2021. And I had to put her to sleep, and I had her in my arms, and that was and we videoed it. That was the hardest thing. Robin, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the happy birthday wish. And hi, Bass Chick. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for the happy birthday wish. So that's you saw my daughter and my 2 boys. Now I have grandchildren, but I did not put them on here. Now these, you're like, what in the world is that mess in the middle? Well, the one on the left is, and you probably can't see it that well, but that, Joanna, you'll recognize that. That's standing up there in front of Bush Stadium. And I think that was Lou, I think that says Lou Brock. I think there's Lou Brock's statue that I'm standing in front of. And the one in the middle, looking crazy, is a Halloween costume for work. And what they wanted was neon and big hair. And of course I won. And it was like a 90s or 80s. I think it was an 80s thing. But anyway, that's what that crazy picture is. So that's my big hair wig, and then my leggings, and then I got the leg warmers, those pink things down at the bottom of leg warmers. So I had the whole outfit going, and that was at work. The one where I'm sitting down in my living room, my house in St. Louis, with my 2 babies, me and my fur babies, Joe, Casey, and JoJo. Like I said, those were my little angels. I love the little dogs. Now, this picture in the middle that is turned sideways, I worked on this thing. I took it down 3 times to get it to sit up straight, and every time I turned it on, it would be crooked. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that this is not the one that I wanted to put up. So, because I know I didn't have this picture in here, so I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can switch it. I don't know if I can switch it. Let's see if I can switch it. It didn't switch. Just hold on and see if this one is going to be the right one. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. Because this is from a cruise. This is from a cruise. And I can't bit more remember where I can't remember where we were. I try my best to think of this place, this island that we were at, and I can't think of to save my neck. But this is a little monkey that I'm holding, and I don't know why I was brave enough to put this critter on me. But this is at a cruise. I'm on somebody's island. I don't remember which one it was. This one, unfortunately, again, like I said, I tried 3 times to get it straight, and it just would not straighten up to save my neck for some reason. But this is me. You know how those of you that have been on cruise cruises where they have the dress up dinners and stuff like that. So that was me getting ready to go to one of the dinners. And I put this one in here because we talked about the raggedy jeans and bullet hole jeans and all that kind of stuff a while back. And I just wanted to show you how I had said that I wouldn't wear that mess. Now look at my jeans. And they look worse than that. Trust me, they're torn more than that. You just can't see them, but they're torn more than that. I just fell in love with them for some reason. I don't know, and I still have them. But that's me on the cruise ship, standing in front of some beautiful old car, and back in 2016. Hi, Felicia. How you doing? Thank you for the birthday wish. Thanks for stopping in. Now, this is my girlfriend that I was telling you about that we've been friends for over 30 years in Casey Mo, Kansas City, Missouri. Excuse me. I lived there. As I was saying, I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. I stayed there until my mom died when I was 11 years old. Then I moved to Mississippi, where my maternal grandmother was living. And I lived down there with her and a bunch of cousins. And I had two uncles that were our age. So it was a house full of cousins and uncles and what have you. And I'm old enough to know about picking and chopping cotton because I did. I picked cotton, I chopped cotton, I did all of that stuff. People don't believe people were doing that, but yes, when I moved down there, I was introduced to a whole different type of life than what I had been used to. And I survived it. High school, and then I went to college. I know I pretty much told you that I went to the college. For those of you that have been following me for the longest, I went to the same college that Jerry Rice, the famous football player, graduated from. But I was there before him, so I don't know him. But I did get a chance to see him play while he was still in college, and he was fantastic, just fabulous, just fabulous. But that's where I went to get my first undergraduate degree, Mississippi Valley State University, Itta Bena, Mississippi, home of Jerry Rice. Graduated with a degree in biology, and then I left Mississippi, me and my kids, because I had all three of my children by then, and we moved back to St. Louis. And that's where I got my nursing degree in St. Louis at St. Louis University. I went to St. Louis University and got my nursing degree there. So I have a BSN in nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Biology. Also went to Webster University, and I think, Joanna, you probably are familiar with both of those schools, and worked on my MBA. I have to admit, I did not complete it, but I did. I have several hours towards my MBA. So that's my educational situation. Worked as a nurse for about 8 years from the time I graduated. I worked in many different nursing capacities. My hospital nursing experience was in medical surgical oncology. We call it med surge, but medical surgical oncology. Basically, sick, sick people. Oncology is the study of cancer. So basically, I worked on a floor that we had medical people that were just sick with diabetes and high blood pressures and all those kind of other those illness, and people that had surgery. So we took care of them post operative, and then of course we took care of cancer patients from back then. You follow the patient from the time they were diagnosed with cancer all the way through until either they went into remission or they passed away. And I had a lot of my patients, unfortunately, that passed away. So that was a very hard job, very tough job, very stressful job, and was not what I wanted to do in nursing. I wanted to go into labor and delivery. That's what I wanted to do. But when you start in one field, you get stuck there and it's hard to move out. So couldn't move out of uh, medical surgical nursing. So that's the kind of nursing I did in the hospital. Got out of the hospital. I worked a little bit in the senior citizen nursing home situations for a little while. Also worked for the city of St. Louis in their health department, um, pretty much as a inspector or I can't even remember what we call it, but anyway, when people come in to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're inspecting the facilities and making sure that they're following all the codes and all that kind of stuff. So I did that um, while I was working in St. Louis, and that was the last nursing job per se because I had to have a license to do that because we're reading charts and everything before I started working as a pharmaceutical rep. I started working as a pharmaceutical rep for Merck. At that time, it was Merck Sharp and Dohme, and loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Worked, 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 loved it. That was everything in my life as far as employment was concerned. I got a chance to go places, do things, see things, eat things, experience things that I never would have done ever in life had I not been blessed to have that job. And that's how I ended up in Kansas City, Missouri. And that's how I ended up meeting my dear friend Wanda. And that's Wanda, me and Wanda at her New Year's Eve party, and then the picture of me in the middle is me getting ready to go to the New Year's Eve party. And we took that picture, had on my mink, and we had style and profile. And then the picture with the cowboy outfit on was another event that we went to many years ago, where we it was a Western dance, so we got dressed up in our Western gear and everything. But that's my dear, dear friend Wanda that I talk about. If anybody hear me say anything about my friend Wanda or my friend in Kansas City or whatever, that is her. So yes, and it does help the channel if you hit like. Please hit the like button. I do appreciate that. And Joanna, you say yes, SLU and Webster are great schools. SLU, we call it SLU, 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 St. Louis University. And Marina, you said your daughter's a nurse and now a nurse practitioner. Unfortunately, nursing is a thankless job. Yes, it is. I wanted to be a nurse anesthetist, but I soon changed my mind because I realized that I was not, like I said, I wasn't cut out for teaching. I wasn't cut out for nursing either. I was cut out for what I did as a pharmaceutical rep. And because I was great at it, I got promotions, I made plan, I made money, all of the things that you want to do because it gave me the type of lifestyle that I wanted. I made good money, but not only that, I felt like and I felt like I was entitled to feel this way. If you take your time and go through school and do well, make good grades, get your degree, and so forth and so on, then you should be treated with respect. You should be treated like you know something. Like, being a nurse, as Marina was saying, it is a thankless job. They weren't paying any money. I wasn't making anything when I got out and started working as a nurse. I wasn't making anything. It was ridiculous. I was still on the poverty level. It was ridiculous what they were paying. All of that money and time and energy that you put into it, the doctors bark out orders and you do it. The doctors come to you and ask you what should you do and you tell them, but they get the money. And the patients were I felt empathy and compassion for my patients. And that was what was the hardest part because you want to make sure that you're taking care of the patients and they're sick and everything like that, but you also need to be taken care of as well. And back in my day, we rotated shifts. So you had to work at least day and evening or day night or evening night or some ridiculous thing. You had to rotate shifts. You didn't just work days or evenings or night. You had to do at least two shifts, which is bad on your psyche. And of course, you work weekends and you work holidays. That's the healthcare field. You have to. Somebody's got to do it because hospitals don't close down. Those were the things that I just did not like about nursing. I did not want to work weekends and holidays. I did not want to work um, rotating shifts. Now, my problem, unfortunately, when I went to Valley State, I went through a program on a scholarship. I went through a program called Health Occupational Potential, which prepared you for a medical field career. You either leave Valley with all of your prerequisites and go into med school, you go into nursing school, you go into dentistry, you go into medical technology, some area of the medical field. And because everybody had told me when I was in high school that I could be a doctor, but that didn't pan out because I started having children. So when I went to Valley, I could not go to med school. I had kids. So the next thing in my head was nursing. I knew nothing about nursing. I had no clue what nurses actually did because I never knew a nurse. I never interned. I never saw a nurse, never spoke to a nurse, none of that. Back then, nurse anesthetists were making $40,000 a year, and we thought that was a mint. And that's why I wanted to be a nurse anesthetist because they make good money. But once I went to nursing school, I realized then this was not what I wanted to do. But unfortunately, I was not in a position not to finish because I had kids to take care of and I needed a job and I needed a career, and that was a job and a career. So I went on to nursing school, completed my studies, got my degree, got my license because you have to take the test and pass in order to be a nurse. You can get the education and the degree, but if you don't pass the state boards, you're still not a nurse. So you still got to pass the state board. I did that first try, no problem, and went on and did my nursing. But the whole time I was in there, I knew that was not my path. That was not what I wanted to do. And when I found out about medical sales and pharmaceutical sales, I looked into it, pursued it, and was blessed to get hired. And did that for almost 20 years until the recession came in '07, and practically all of the pharmaceutical companies started downsizing. And because, when you're there for a long period of time, um, your salary tends to go up, and they realize that they can hire people, new people, for less than what they're paying you. So they gather all the old heads and they kick you out, basically. They give you a little money and say, bye, see you later. It was good to know you. And that's, it wasn't funny at the time because my intent was to stay there until I retired. That was my intent. That was one of the reasons why I didn't complete my MBA, because I didn't really feel I was having issues at home in my marriage. And it was just difficult to study and concentrate. And I didn't feel like I needed it because I was doing so well in my career without it. And my intent was not to go anywhere else. I was getting my promotions and I was getting my raises and I was, getting responsibilities and stuff. So I don't have to have it. But that was a huge mistake because when we left, when that part was over with, it would have been extremely beneficial for me to have had that master. But such is life. So, Robin, you said you were a nurse and you started in med surg, then ICU, and then spent 12 years in the NICU, and you worked 12-hour night shift. Bless your heart. I never did. Take that back. Our shifts were 10. What I did was 10-hour shifts, but I'm not going to say I never did a 12-hour shift because, as you probably know, it's a lot of overtime because you can't stop to do all the stuff that you have to do until your shift change has taken place. And oftentimes you're still working because you still got to hang that bag and you still got to, do whatever the last minute thing that the doctor came in and said, help me change this dressing or help me do whatever, make rounds with me or some ridiculous mess. And you trying to get ready to go home. So you're stuck there after your shift is over with finishing up your work. So I'm not going to say I never did 12 hours, but it wasn't part of what I had to do. My shifts, the longest shift that I've worked were 10-hour shifts, but that was still bad enough, 10-hour shift. And Robin, you said that's right. That is. I mean, that's just nursing, just like whoever was saying, Marina was saying it's a thankless job. It real Let me rephrase that. I don't want I don't want anybody to think that I'm bashing nursing. I'm not. I'm really not. It's a noble profession. The ones that are made for it, the ones that everybody is made for something. Just like Marina, you were saying last week about you being a special ed teacher, special needs teacher, and all of that. Everybody has their calling, and some people love doing certain things, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with being a nurse. I have encouraged so many people to go into nursing, but I've told them if you're going to be a nurse, get that BSN at least. The minimum is your BSN. Don't stop until you get that BSN if you want any kind of opportunity to grow in nursing. Because had I not had my BSN in nursing, I never would have gotten my pharmaceutical job. I know that for a fact. So it gives you paths to do other things if that's what you choose to do. But somebody has to nurse. And those people that are cut out for nursing and love the nursing, please don't think I'm bashing nursing because I'm not. I'm just telling you about my experience. And I was not the one for nursing. I loved being a pharmaceutical rep. That was my calling. That's what I did well. I was still in the medical field, and that's what I loved. I still interfaced with doctors, but on a totally different level. And the responsibilities were great because we still had um, learning. We had study because not only did I have to know my drug that I represented, and I represented several drugs at once. It wasn't just one drug. And you have 3, 4 drugs that you're responsible for, and you have to know everything about that drug. And you need to know everything about your competitor's drug. So when you're talking to the doctor, you can compare and you can give them uh, information that they can use to make an informed decision. Everybody is not going to be good for my drug. They may be good for the other drug. And in honesty, we have to say that. We have to let them know what types of patients, what symptoms, all of that stuff. We had to learn the biochemistry. We had to do all of that. So it was not an easy job. A lot of people think that pharmaceutical repping was easy. You see people walking around dressed up in suits and eating good food and stuff like that. Because we did that. Yes, we did. We had nice dinners and all of that. But the work part of it was work, and we were tested all the time. When I went through training, we had 3 phases of training. Phase one was when you first had to learn all of that, uh, the medical stuff and all of that, and you were tested. I think we had 26 tests to take, and we were there for 3 months, 12 weeks, and we had 26 tests that we had to take, and anything below a 90 was considered failing. And if you failed, then you didn't have a job. You didn't have a job. So it was stressful. Then when you got past phase one, then we all went, that was in Kansas City, in Overland Park, Kansas. Anybody that knows anything about the Kansas, I don't know if you know anything about Kansas City, Joanna, but Overland Park, Kansas is a suburb of Kansas City. And there's a Kansas City, Missouri, and the Kansas City, Kansas, kind of like East St. Louis and St. Louis. But anyway, um, we had our first training in Overland Park. Second training was in Denver, and that was a 3-week training, and that's when we actually had to learn how to, as they call it, detail doctors. We had to talk to doctors. They had all the mock visits where the big shots were there, and you had to go in and pretend like they're a doctor, and you're the rep, and you're talking to them, and you go through this whole process and everything, and then you had to pass that. And then a year later, you went up to West Point, which was the headquarters, and you did your phase 3. And so that was about an 18-month process. And once you completed all of that, then you could say, shh, I'm a pharmaceutical rep. So trust and believe, it was not an easy job, but it was worth it. It was worth it. And like I said, I loved it. So Trisha, you were saying I was 1,000% correct, but yeah, you know more than the doctors is what you say, especially if you work in a teaching hospital, which I did at some point. I did work in a teaching hospital, and you do because you have the residents in there and all of that, and they're learning, and they are depending on you. So that was it. Hi, Juana. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in and wishing me happy birthday. Appreciate it. And Marina, you said you used to work over the summer vacation for a large 22 doctor cardiology practice, and all of the doctors love the Viagra rep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Viagra rep was coming and there was some goodies. And, we used to, I'm pretty sure you're aware, we used to do lunches and stuff. I love to do the lunches. And because you got a chance to talk to the doctor. That's pretty much the only time you really had time to talk to the doctor when you did a lunch, or if you were lucky enough and they came to a dinner program or something. But that was what we did. We took lunches in. We talked to doctors. We did dinner programs, all that kind of stuff. We did. We brought big shot doctors in to do seminars and those kinds of things. So it's a lot more to being a rep than what you see. The a rep come in with a sample and get the doctor to sign and they leave. That's very um, cursory. You don't really see the behind scene. So anyway, that was a long talk to tell you about meeting my girlfriend. Met her. She was my nail technician. That's how we met. And we found out we had so much in common, and our friendship just grew from that. Now these are my children. Of course, the one on the left is when we were much younger. All of us was much younger. I think the boys, all of them were still in high school. I think the tallest one, the oldest one, was a senior, I think, that year. And the one in the middle was a picture taken when they came down to visit me in Florida. My youngest son, next to you, LLC, lives in Florida. He's there now. And then my daughter and my oldest son came down. And if I'm not mistaken, this was for a birthday trip as well. And we were on a boat, and we were going dolphin watching. We were going out there to watch the dolphins. And then the other picture is me and my son chilling in front of water. I don't know what body of water it is because Florida got water everywhere. And we're sitting at a nice little lounge out, um, a little bar place and the lounge area, and we're facing the water, and it's nice and cool and relaxing in Florida. And this is the last one. This again is the family. Now, as you can see, I was a little bit plumpy then. Those were my plumpy days, and that was my family, and that's my ex sitting next to me, the kid's daddy. Yeah, that was I married this man twice, and that's why I said first wedding, first marriage. I married this man twice. Don't ask me why. We ain't married now. Anyway, that was my wedding gown for my first wedding. My and you know what? I did not put those pictures up. I thought I had put up the pictures, and I don't think I did. When we were in Hawaii, did I not put them up? Nope, I did not. I meant to do that. I don't know how that got missed. I don't know how that happened, but didn't get that picture of us in Hawaii because my second wedding to that same man was in Hawaii. And my girlfriend and her husband and me and my future husband went to Hawaii for my wedding. And that was it. That was just the two of us, one couple and us. And we were blessed to stay in Hawaii for 2 weeks. We were on the Big Island um, for a week, and that's where we got married. We had a beach um, sunset wedding, and beautiful. We had a hula dancer, and then we went and spent a week on Oahu, and that's where the Pearl Harbor is, and where the boat is, where they sunk, and all of the people that were on the boat sunk and died. The boat is still there. It is sacred. You can go on it, but you have to be very quiet and serene when you go on it because it is sacred ground. And you can actually look down, and you can't see obviously anybody's anything, but you can look down and see where they were when the boat went down. So that was it. And I meant to put those pictures up. And Marina, you said at least you went to Hawaii. Yep, at least I went to Hawaii. And this is, well, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. But anyway, yes, we had a very nice time in Hawaii. I must say, it was well worth. It was fun. It was fun. We like I said, my girlfriend and I, we're just two peas in a pod. We had a ball in Hawaii. We did things, we ate things, we saw things. We didn't get to the volcano. We were going to, but the day that we were planning on going up there, they were saying you don't want to go up there because you can go up there and it's active, and the lava and all that stuff. You can actually see the lava on the roads or on the side of the roads. We didn't see any in the road, but on the side of the roads and everything, you can see the lava, and so you know it's lava and everything. And there are certain times when that it's advised that you don't go, and we were advised not to go, so we didn't make it up to one of the volcanoes, but that was what we wanted to do. And Joanna, you say I love Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, and USS Arizona is a solemn place. Yes, it is. It is exactly that. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance to go, then that's an experience to get a chance to see that and everything. So that was a little bit about me and who I am and what I did before I started doing this. Now, how did I go from that to this? Well, I when I stopped working as a pharmaceutical rep, I did still stay in medical sales with various smaller, I call them mom and pop companies and stuff. And for several years. I did that for several years and stuff. My last job I had in Florida, I worked of course, I worked in Virginia before moving to Florida because I lived in Virginia. I lived in Virginia for about 6 years When I left St. Louis, I moved to Virginia, where my oldest son, lives, and I lived in Manassas for a little while, and I think I was in Manassas for 3 years, and then I was in Woodbridge for 3 years before I moved to Florida, where my youngest son is, and I worked in what they call a CCRC. And those of you that are nursing may know exactly what that is. CCRC, what is that? Continuous care, continuous something residential care, something like that. But anyway, it's usually a large facility where they have independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, all in the same campus, and it's levels. Independent living, you pay to move there. A lot of people, when they get to be a certain age, sell their homes and buy their apartment in a CCRC. They're fixed up really nice. They look really, really nice. It's all enclosed. And part of your package, when you buy, you get your meals. They have the nice restaurant. And I mean, it's a really good community for older people that want that type of lifestyle. They don't want to live alone out in the community anymore. They feel safer in an environment where there are people there that can literally watch over them if need be. And I worked there. I went in as a clinical manager. Still no hands-on nursing, but I did was using my nursing license, and I was managing other nurses and nurses aides and what have you to help take care of the people that lived there. And then I got promoted to operation director, so I was over the whole department, and did that for a while before I moved to Florida. When I moved to Florida, I started working in a rehab center in their admission department because I had done admission work as well in other jobs I had in St. Louis. So I was in their admission department, again having to use my nursing license because we're reading medical charts and talking to doctors and discharge planners and social workers and all of that, dealing with getting people that are to see if they're eligible to come into the hospital for rehab, whatever that might be. They may have had a hip surgery, knee surgery, back surgery, any kind of situation that's going on where they need to be inpatient rehab. And we had to see if we could get them qualified to come in. And I did that. And in 2020, I needed to have cervical spine surgery. I've had lumbar surgery. I've had two surgery, back surgery, but then I needed my cervical spine, uh, my neck. I needed surgery on my neck because I was having issues with my hand and all of that stuff, the tingling and everything. And so when I went out for that, I was turning 70. I decided I didn't want to go back. I'm not, I'm done. I'm, I'm done. And I was using my uh, embroidery machine at the time because I told you all before how I got involved with that. It just started off as a fluke. I just wanted an embroidery machine just for the fun of it, just as a hobby. And then people start saying, well, you can sell these masks and stuff like that. And I fell in love with doing embroidery, and I wanted to move up to the 10 needle machine, which I did because I didn't like changing the threads because I like to do multiple colors. I just don't like one solid color and stuff. I do big patterns, I do multiple colors. And I mean, sometimes my designs have 20, 30 different colors, maybe. And I know they can, I've had 50, 60 thread stops, drive you crazy. I didn't want to do that on the single needle machine, so that's why I got my 10 needle machine. And I decided that I was going to start a YouTube page. Why not? Everybody else is doing it. I can do it too. Because as you can see, I have the gift of gab. So I figured I said, well, I could just share my knowledge and learn. learn from you guys, and then you guys learn from me. And that's the whole purpose of it. That's why it's so too we begin embroidery. And that's how I got from way back then to now. And so now you all know almost everything there is to know about me. So I just want, like I said, today's my birthday, and I felt like I wanted to just share and let you know who I am, where I've been, what I've done. Um, I've lived in multiple places. Many of those, the opportunities of living in those places was because of work. And the other thing is I haven't really done lot of out of the country travel. I've never been abroad. I've been to the islands and stuff like that, but I've never been abroad. And don't want to do that now. I used to want to, but them folks crazy over there. And but I've done a lot of traveling in the United States. I've seen a lot of the different states, been there. Yeah, a lot of states, a lot of states. So I really have had a full life. I've had a full life. I have to admit, I've had a full life. I've seen stuff, I've done stuff, I've been stuff, I've accomplished stuff, I've gained stuff, I've lost stuff. It's just, it's just life. I've lifed. I've been lifing, as they say. And Marina, you said, you are awesome. I don't have half the courage to attempt all that you do for your channel. um, thank you. Thank you. I am an extrovert, I guess, is one way of saying it. I've always, ever since the sixth grade, when I was graduating the sixth grade down in Mississippi to the seventh grade. We went from the elementary school building over into the high school building because the seventh grade was 7 through 12 in that high school building, which was interesting, but that's how it was down there. And and I moved down there when I was in the sixth grade, so I hadn't been down there very long before I was done and I was graduating, and I was chosen to be the salutatorian for our graduating class. And so I had this speech I had to do. And being a salutatorian, you speak first. And my teacher told me the program was going to be in the gym, high school gym. All the people, and they play basketball. And you know how they let the basketball basket up out of the way because we had a stage and everything. That's where the choir sang and we did plays and all that kind of stuff. So the presentation, of course, was on the stage. And she said, look straight out and look at that basketball uh, goal. So you're looking basically over everybody's head. So you're not looking directly at them. Therefore, you shouldn't, get stage fright or nervous or whatever. Just keep your eye on that goal and say your speech. And that's what I did. And I was cool with it. I said, okay, I can do this. And I've been talking ever since. I, I, I've just not really been shy. Now, if I don't know something, that's when you're not gonna hear me talk. When you're not gonna, if I don't know anything about it, I keep my mouth shut so I can learn. But if I know something, then I will uh, be conversational. And as far as being um, having the courage, I've never been stage fright. So I've never had stage fright. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've never had stage fright. So that has been beneficial to me. It really has been. And I don't meet strangers. That's the other thing. And that was very beneficial as being a nurse because you're constantly meeting strangers. You meet the patient, you meet their families, you meet the doctors, you meet everybody. Everybody's a stranger. And you have to have that personality that is going to benefit you in your career and everything. And because of that, I've done pretty well in my careers. Done pretty well. Hi, Tisha. You made it. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Unfortunately, you miss all of the pictures. All of the pictures. I might show them quickly in a little bit, just for those that may have come in late. If I see a few more people, then I might put them up quickly and let people get a glance of the pictures. But I was doing, like I said, tonight was all about me because, yay, it's my birthday, y'all. Okay. And I just wanted to tell people a little bit about me, my background, who I am, where I came from, hopefully to get people to develop a relationship with me because I'm just regular everyday person and I do this because I love it just like I love my pharmaceutical job. I love what I do. I enjoy making pretty things. I enjoy learning about how to make pretty things and I enjoy telling people what I've learned about making pretty things. So all of that goes hand in hand. What is kind of challenging, I guess is the best way of saying, is the technical aspect of it. I used to be very tech savvy, but technology has gone way over me, and I don't know how to do a whole lot of things. I usually I can figure stuff out, but I don't really have the patience. That's the problem. I don't want to read nothing. I don't want to read. I want to do it, put it in, plug it in, and it goes. I don't want to have to go through all that other stuff. And it's so tech. Everything is so technical now. You need to know what you're doing, and that gets a little frustrating for me because I'm trying to do cameras and all this, all the stuff that goes along with working on your YouTube channel and editing videos and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm learning, and I'll get better at it. Every day I get a little bit better. I learn a little bit more. My videos will be edited a little better. Hopefully I get it going looking like a movie at some point. But right now it's raw and I know it, but I still try to present it uh, decently as best I can. And but that's kind of my challenge at this moment, trying to learn the technical aspect of running my channel and understanding all of the business issues of it, all the analyticals and the matrix and all of that kind of stuff that they want you to know if you're doing a channel, to earn, I just be honest about to earn money. If you're doing a channel to earn money, and most people are, their expectations, and it's just a lot. It's not just a simple, you know, turn the camera on and start talking. And people want you to grow. Just like somebody mentioned about the thumbs up. The thumbs up are very important. That's what keeps the channel growing. Believe it or not, YouTube looks at how how many people are watching, how many people are liking your video by giving a thumbs up, how many people are subscribing, and that's what makes your channel grow and allow more and more people to see it because they do what it's all computer controlled, AI. They get all the matrix and the data, and then they say this channel is worth other people looking at it, so we're going to push it out so other people can find it. If you don't get those thumbs ups and subscription and watch hours, that's the other thing that's very important. People can do the click on it, and they do, which that part is important too, to click on it and see what it's about. But they also look at how long did you watch the video. And they don't expect all of the people to watch it from beginning to end. And that's why I'm trying real hard to try to consolidate my videos and make them shorter because I know people aren't going to watch for a long period of time. And a lot of people are watching from their phone, their cell phone. Some people watch from work, all of those kinds of things. So they don't have the opportunity to watch a long period of time. But they monitor that. They monitor how long are you watching the video. And if people don't watch for a certain length of time, then that uh, the channel doesn't grow. And I know you all have probably seen ads running on my video and other people's video. Well, I don't get a dime of that money. I'm not eligible yet. I'm still working on that aspect. I still have more matrix to meet. I need to get my watch hours up. Just to be honest about it, I need 4,000 watch hours. What does that mean? I need people to watch my video from beginning to end as much as possible so the hours that you watch counts. And they look at that. And the expectation is if people are watching your video long enough, often enough, then the ads will run and they're going to make money off of it. I guess they're going to, I don't know how that works. They're going to make money off of it. But then that's when they're willing to throw us a bone. But if you're not meeting those eligibility matrix, they're not throwing you a bone, even though they're advertising on your channel. You're not getting any money from it. You're not getting a penny of it. And you all know how advertisement works on TV. People, they pay to advertise. And if people watch the show, then the advertisers will pay money to advertise on that particular show because more and more people watch it. That's how the YouTube stuff is. It's the exact same concept. Exact same concept. So, that's the business end of it. And I knew to a degree what it was about when I got involved. I did. I didn't know how hard it was. I didn't know that. I did not know it was going to be that hard. But it's it's okay. Doesn't matter because I love what I'm doing. And that's the important part. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't stick with it. I wouldn't be working on trying to come up with ideas and things to present and talk to you about and show you and learn. Because like I said, I learned it too. Hi, Marlene. I saw you come in, didn't get a chance to speak to you. So, hi, thank you for stopping in and thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Do appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that is in here and that has been following me, and those of you that have subscribed. And those of you that have not subscribed, I would love for you to do so. That does help. But even if you don't subscribe, keep watching. Appreciate that. And then when you do watch, watch as long as you can. But if you don't do anything else, just hit that like button because it does help. It does help. It really does help. And so I have talked about myself for an entire hour. You all know almost everything there is. Um, I think it's been at least 3 or 4 people that came in, maybe at the end or the middle of the pictures. So I'm gonna stick them up back up real quick. Hi, Christian, how you doing? And I'm not going to give you a long, drawn out conversation like I did a while ago, but I'm just going to stick them up so people can see them because I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about me and um, who I was and who I am. So Here I am with my dreads. I've always either worn my hair real short or worn dreads. That's basically it. The picture in the middle was the longest that my dreads have been. You can see they're down here and they're down my back. I really loved them. These pictures were taken at my home in St. Louis. They're about 20 some years old, I think. This is a picture of me and my daughter and my mom. And as it says, we're like triplets. So we do have that. Somebody pointed out that we had the same eyes. I think we had the same eyes and nose. So, and as you can see, my hair is short. So I'm either wearing long hair or short hair, and nothing in between. And these are my boys, my oldest son and my youngest son. And then I have my little fur babies in the middle. They're not with me anymore, but mommy loved those dogs so much. I don't have a dog anymore. And I miss, I kept my youngest dog, this one, the longest. And she was my baby girl. I miss her so much. I love my Casey too. This one here is a Bichon, full blooded Bichon. And the mixed colored one, JoJo, is a Bichon Shih Tzu mix. So those were my little babies. And these pictures, St. Louis Bush Stadium, my house, and this was a Halloween costume that I had to wear. I didn't have to wear, but I chose to wear it and I won. It was a costume for neon and big hair. And you see those neon bright pants I got on and that neon top and that big old hair. So I should have won. Um, these pictures were taken on a cruise, the last one that I've been on. I haven't been on one since 2016. And that picture that's flipped over, that's not on purpose. Could not get that picture straight to save my neck. I tried. I could not get it straight. Um, but that's me holding a monkey. And then the other picture in the middle, me getting ready to go to one of the dining room dinners, dress up dinners. And the picture on the right in front of the car, just a picture I took, but I put it up there because I'm wearing those raggedy jeans that we talked about the other night. And I said that at some point I said I would never buy them. And not only did I buy them, I wore them and I loved them. And those jeans are ripped up so bad you need a map to get in them, but I love them. And this is me with my best girlfriend in Kansas City. Wanda, picture on the left at her New Year's Eve party. The one in the middle is me just before leaving out the house to go to the New Year's Eve party. And then the one on the right was at a cowboy party that we went to. But that's my ride or die right there. And these are my children from young to more mature. We were in Florida on the boat to see the dolphins in the middle, and then my youngest son were sitting together enjoying a cocktail and watching the water. And this is the end. This is when I was a heavier person. I think I told you guys that I had gastric bypass surgery 21, 22, 22 years ago now. But that was my husband at the time and the wedding dress that I wore to marry him. We ain't together no more, even though I married the man twice. It didn't work the first time. It didn't work the second time. But, no big deal. Father of my kids, we still, you know, we have a very loving relationship, but we just couldn't be married to each other. Sometimes you can. He was my high school sweetheart. We went our separate ways, did separate things and all that kind of stuff, and then came back and got married. And then that didn't work. I moved out to Seattle and came back to St. Louis, and we married again. But as you can see, that didn't work. either, but that's okay. That's okay. So those are the pictures that I showed, and like I said, I just wanted people to see a little bit of me. The ones that I still had more pictures, and I have more pictures. And I wanted to show my nursing picture, and I wanted to show a couple of my pictures when I was a kid, but they are packed away somewhere. So they weren't on my phone. If they weren't on my phone, then they weren't accessible to me, and they weren't on my phone. They are in an album back before phones, smartphones. So they are actually in an album in storage. So I didn't have access to them, and because I would, I know I have at least two pictures of me in my nursing uniform back when you had to wear white. That's when I was a nurse. You had to wear all white. When they saw you, they knew you were a nurse. And then I know I have a couple of one of a baby picture and one of a when I was a little girl sitting on Santa Claus' lap. So that would have been cute, but could not have access to it. So those were the pictures that I found that I thought I would show you guys and share with you, share with you guys. I think I'm gonna take this birthday background down. I don't know if it's causing a lag or what's going on, but I am noticing a lag. So I'm gonna take that down. Okay, there we are. Now back to reality. It's still my birthday, but I took the background down and I don't have all the crazy movement and stuff going on. And I don't have I have a green screen, but it's packed away in storage. They recommend that you have a green screen, but since I didn't, I just put the background up, and that's why it was a little fuzzy. But I thought it was cute with the happy birthday on it and stuff like that. But I had not planned to keep it on forever because I know it gets a little bit crazy. And I was beginning to see a little lag and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure you guys are seeing it as well. There's a question I want to ask because I usually look at these lives uh, at some point afterwards. I look at them just to see to remember what we talked about, look at what we some of the chat and stuff like that, so I can remember certain things. But what I noticed, saw a lot of lagging and stopping, and the camera, not the camera, but the video would freeze and stuff. Are you guys getting that, or are you seeing everything like I'm seeing it? What I'm seeing, everything is fine. I'm not seeing any issues. So I was just wondering because as I was saying a while ago, that the technological situation, I'm not that savvy at. I'm still learning it. And I just wanted to make sure if there is a technical issue going on that I can try to address it. Because when I go back and look at it, it looks like there are some issues. So can you guys just chime in and let me know if you're watching it now, does it look okay? Anybody? Because I definitely wanted I don't want it to be all crazy or anything like that. And thank you, Trisha and Tisha, for saying my family's beautiful and everything. Yeah, yeah. I got grandkids, but I didn't want to put the grandkids and the great grandkids, and I didn't ask the daddies and all of that kind of stuff. Can I put your kids up? So I decided to leave that part alone. It's better now since you took the background down. Okay. Thank you, Felicia. I knew the background was going to be iffy. I already knew that. And had, like I said, I had not planned to have that up the whole time. And Robin, you said occasionally yours lags. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I don't know what that is. I really don't know. And Tisha, I don't experience any issues when I watch or when I rewatch the video. Okay. So I don't know because I don't know. I was wondering if it was my internet, which it could very well be, or if it was something that actually was recorded. And like Felicia, like you're saying, it's better now since I took the background down, which I knew that that background was going to be crazy. I already knew that. And that's why I said I was not intending on keeping it up all night because, yeah, all of the movement and all that kind of stuff just kind of makes you kind of dizzy. Um, and Robin, yeah, I don't know because I get the lag sometimes. I just don't know what's causing it. I really don't. It's going to be interesting to see what this is going to look like afterwards because with the background and all that stuff is up that was up, it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play as a rewatch or when I watch it again. Because, like I say, I usually watch all the videos over. And Trisha's, you said it looks better. Good, good. Well, it's down. My happy birthday. My how many more hours I got for my birthday? Doing fine once in a while. Okay. So once in a while, I guess it acts up sometime. I don't know. I It could very well be the internet, which I'm thinking that's what it is. I can't think of anything else that it could be other than the internet. But uh, because you know the bandwidth and all that kind of stuff, you just don't know how that's gonna turn out. Were the pictures clear? That's another question. Did the pictures come out clear and everything? Hopefully they did. Marina, I'll have to sign off. I'll watch the rest of the live on tomorrow. Good night and happy birthday. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate that always. And you have a good night and the rest of your week. Actually, I'm going to be reaching out to you before the week is all over with. I need to talk to you. So look forward to my sending you a comment. Okay. And Marlene started to say once in a while it freezes a little. Okay. Okay. And Robin, you said yes, the pictures were clear. Good. Good. Yeah, it freezes. That's what I get a lag and sometimes it freezes when I'm watching it over. I just don't know what that is. I got to figure it out. I got to see what could possibly be causing that issue. Yeah, I got to figure that out and see what could be causing that issue. Because I want that was a reason I was talking about getting equipment and stuff. Now this is a new web camera that I got for my birthday. And I already noticed I have better lighting. I don't have that bright light shadow on my face and all that kind of stuff like that, which was driving me crazy. And it's kind of cool because I can zoom in. I can zoom in, y'all. Isn't that cool? And I can zoom out. I thought that was kind of cool. And it's supposed to do, which I haven't figured out how to do that yet. It's supposed to do panoramic, and I don't know how that works yet. Oh, you said that's cool. Yeah. I don't know how I got to. It's a new camera. I just got it today. Plugged it in, make sure it was working and everything. I noticed that the lighting does seem a lot better on my face. I like that. I love that. Love that. Love that. And it's supposed to be able to do panoramic. I don't know how to do that yet. So I got to figure that out. Maybe I have that figured out next week. Because the whole purpose of getting this, I was told, was as I was mentioning about being able to do demos and stuff and have the camera and all that stuff, was to be able to move the thing around. Now, I do have another camera, um, and a tripod. The issue now is getting the subscription upgraded so I can use two cameras, and then figuring out how to do that, how to go from one camera to the other. I haven't done it before, so I don't know how it works, but I will figure it out because we are going to have some demos. I'm going to make sure that I come up with some nice short demos that I can do that we can talk about and all of that. I was didn't actually, like I said earlier, didn't have a presentation put together regarding embroidery because, like I said, it was all about me today. But I did look at um, John Deere had sent out an email about embroidering on canvas, which I thought was interesting because I have embroidered on canvas a lot and canvas totes and stuff like that. I've done it. Never thought anything about it as something that was different or something that you should, that you needed to discuss or whatever. But I thought it was interesting that he put that out because he was talking about um, what you needed. But basically, to be honest about it, it wasn't anything different than what I've done. Um, as you know, it's thick, kind of thicker. It's thicker than cotton, of course. It's thicker than cotton. You got your duck canvas, and you have cotton canvas, and even denim is a form of canvas. And I'm sure we all have embroider on some denim. The needles. The one thing that he said about the needles that I didn't think about, but I have mostly sharps anyway. He said that the sharps work better, 7511, but sharp. The ballpoint needles don't work that well when you're stitching canvas. You may get some issues with your stitches if you use a ballpoint. He also mentioned about stabilizer. Some of them you don't need to stabilize, according to John Deere. But if you do use stabilizer, he did say medium to high weight um, cutaway or tearaway. Now I just did a couple of canvas bags, but they were thin the other day because I was making uh, embroidering on some baby clothes for my great granddaughter. My daughter is leaving in the morning to go visit her son and his wife and the baby because she's turning 1 next week and they're having a little party and everything. And so Gigi had to send stuff. I sent a whole boatload of stuff when she was born that she probably just now wearing because some of it was 12 months. And I didn't send a boatload, but I sent a few things. And I have to tell you, this is the part that just blew my mind. I had more trouble doing those things. It was ridiculous. I have done, like I said, I sent a boatload of stuff when she was first born. I've done baby clothes. I've done baby clothes. I've done onesies. I've done onesies and the bloomer bottoms with the ruffles on them and the little t-shirts and the bird cloths and the quilts and all. I've done all of that stuff. Didn't have no trouble at all. Last week it was almost everything I touched. Something happened to it. One of the designs, and I started a video. I started a video because I was going to put this video on talking about making clothes for my great granddaughter. And putting that video on, everything was a mess. I bought this one design off of Etsy. And I will say this because I had said it in the video. You got to be careful when you're buying designs, especially on Etsy because everybody is on Etsy selling embroidery design. Does not necessarily mean that they are doing a good job. A lot of people, and you don't know it until after you get it, are using auto digitizing, and that is not a good auto digitizing is not good, especially when you're selling it. Now, if you're working on your computer, on your machine, and you can do my design center or my IQ center and all that kind of stuff, you can do some auto digitizing, but it is limited. Plus, the fact it's not something that you're producing and you're selling. But a lot of people are producing these things and they're selling them, and then when you get them, they don't stitch out good. And because I bought a design, I never will forget. I bought this design. It was supposed to be my college mascot, and that was the worst mess. I've never had a design that bad ever. It was horrible, and it was obvious that was all digitized. The design that I bought for my grandbaby, my great grandbaby, I stitched out a sample, stitched out fine. There was only a few little minor errors that were I could deal with them. Wasn't anything that would make me throw my hands up in the air. When I started stitching on the quilt, because I was going to put this design on a little pink heirloom quilt, like she needed another one. That's what I was going to do. It was so out of register. It was ridiculous. It was the worst mess. I was like, you have got to be kidding. But you know, the sign that I didn't pay any attention to, and I don't know if you all have noticed this or you've had this experience, but I have bought designs that did not come with a color chart. I think that is a red flag right there. And I needed to have paid attention to it because this did not have a color chart. And the reason why I'm saying that is you auto digitize something, it does not create a color chart. So they don't have one to send you. They don't have one to include. And and I'm not saying all of them are like that because I don't know. I can't say that for a fact. I just know that this one particular design was a mess. And it was just a mess. And it did not have a color chart. So I'm not getting, and the bad part about it, you don't know it doesn't have a color chart until you buy it. You really don't. So either know who you're buying from, and you can look at the stars, because I do that. I look at the ratings and the stars and all that kind of stuff. I do that, but it's that eluded me that particular time. So that was a mess. So then I put that away, and then I was going to do this HTV vinyl and embroidery. I've never, you know me, I've never done HTV. I don't do vinyl. I've never done it before. Um, but I wanted to try it. I said I'm going to do this design, the one, and then you know how they have the design, and her birthday theme is the princess and the frog. So I had found this cute little design with the one on it and the princess, and I was just determined to make this for her, and I was going to make the sparkly vinyl, the HTV vinyl, and was going to be the one and all of that stuff. And I did the thing, and it came out perfect. It was so cute, so pretty, but I had no clue. I knew you were supposed to iron it to make it stick. And then I always put the tender touch on the back anytime I do any children or baby clothes. I always put tender touch back there. And I was having trouble getting the tender touch to stick, so I was putting more heat, more pressure. I melted the mess out of that HTV. So I messed it up. I messed it up. I went through all of that, and I turned the thing over, and thing just popped out. It had just melted off. All the shine was gone, and it just came out from under the stitching and everything. I'm like, I can't win for losing. So that's number two. Why is it so difficult for me to do this stuff when I've been doing it all the time? So I was just having a bad time with doing those clothes. But I finally got it together, and I finally did the rest of them because I think I did like six little outfits or something. So I was finally able to get it together and not have all those issues. But I was beside myself. I said, I cannot believe I'm having these issues with this stuff. And with the HTV, I did end up doing it again on another outfit that I found, another onesie I had, and I was very careful not to overheat it. I was very careful. I said, I'm not melting this one. But I did not know. Like I said, I've never done it before, so I did not know. Tisha, I like using embroidery vinyl instead of HTV. Okay. Well, I'm calling it HTV. I'm not 100% sure that's what it was. And the reason I'm saying that is because I bought this vinyl a while back, and I'm trying to remember. I think the name of the store, the company is So Inspired, and she sells these little designs that she used the glitter vinyl with it, and you can buy the design and then she sells the glitter vinyl with it because I bought the Santa Clauses and I bought the dogs. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you guys are aware of that particular company that I'm trying to talk about, but that is the vinyl that I used. That's the vinyl that I used. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if you guys can see my phone. Mm. But it's so inspired, and it's so inspired by Bonnie. And she sells the bundle of vinyl. So she calls it Glitter Flex. So it's probably embroidery vinyl. I called it HTV. So that's probably my mistake calling it that. But I know that that's where I got it from because I never did make the stuff that I bought it for, but I wasn't worried about it because I knew where I got it from and I knew I could always get more. So that's what I had, and I decided to go ahead and use it. And I was trying to find the Santa Claus because I bought the dogs and I bought the Santa Claus. Here they are. Yeah, I had the picture of all of them. Here they. No, that's not it. I don't know why she doesn't have all of the whole set, but it's a whole set of these Santa Clauses, and all of the red stuff is that glitter vinyl. And like I said, it doesn't come with it. You buy them separate. You buy the design and you buy um, the bundles of glitter vinyl, like down there. But anyway, that's what it is. So I don't know if you guys are aware of her. I heard of that seller, but never purchased anything from her. Okay. All right. But yeah. So I'm like I said, it's probably embroidery vinyl, but it's the glitter kind because that's what I use. I didn't necessarily, I probably misspoke when I called it HTV. And the reason why HTV was on my mind is because I had just looked at a presentation that was done by embroidery design or and the dime company DIME. What is it? Dime design in machine embroidery. I think that's what it stands for. And they did a presentation about they call it fusion fix, where they were combining embroidery, HTV, and rhinestone. And they were talking about the software that they had and how to use it and how to create these beautiful designs using embroidery, HTV, and rhinestone. So HTV was on my mind again. I probably don't know what the difference is, to be honest about it. I probably don't because since I'm not into the HTV arena, I don't really know a lot about it. So that's something that I'm going to have to educate myself on. But I do know the stuff that I use was the stuff that I got from that particular site, and that's what she uses for all of for the designs that she sells. Because I bought the design and I bought the vinyl to go with it. Yeah, and I bought the Santa Claus, and it's a whole bundle. That's why I can't understand why in the world isn't coming up. That is crazy. Oh, because that's glitter flex. Okay, here they are. I bought the first thing I bought with the dogs. I thought they were so cute, and since I'm a dog person, I don't know if you all can see it better further behind, probably, because I know sometimes when you get it close, you can't see it. And so I bought the dog, and then I bought the Santa Clauses. Now, where are they? Don't go away. And I think you can buy the animals separately if you want to. It looks like you can. Well, anyway, I can't pull it up. Everything in the world coming up with what I'm looking for. That's just silly. It never fails. That happens all the time. They do bunny rabbits and gingerbreads and just all kinds of stuff. Just all kinds of stuff they do. So if you're ever interested in any of that kind of stuff, that's the site that you. And I think they're pretty good. And Tisha, you said embroidery vinyl is used to stitch out. HTV is used with cutting machines, and you iron that onto your shirts. Yeah, and embroidery vine is used to stitch out on bags, shirts, etc., and it handles embroidery well. Okay. Um, Now, are we talking about marine vinyl? Because I know what marine vinyl is. Is that what you're calling embroidery vinyl as well? Because I have marine vinyl and I'm familiar with marine vinyl. I've used marine vinyl. Matter of fact, those book covers that I did, and I did a video on. Did I do a video? No, I did not do a video on it. I made some book covers Um, this is marine vinyl here. This part here is marine vinyl. So I'm familiar with marine vinyl. So are we talking about this? You said no, there's embroidery stitches. Okay. So I guess I don't know. I don't know the difference. I wouldn't even know how to. Anyway, I don't know the difference. And Tisha, you said yes, you use marine vinyl too. But there is a difference. There is a vinyl that is specifically for embroidery stitches. So where do you get those? Where would you go to buy that? Because I go to Joann's and I go to Walmart and I'll get some marine or Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby sells a lot of pretty marine vinyls and stuff like that. Cork, all of that. They sell a lot of that. Now you said the HTV is used with cutting machines and you iron that on to your shirts and etc. In this particular seminar or webinar, whatever it was, where they were actually trying to sell stuff to you, which I already knew that, but where they were talking about the embroidery, the HTV glitter vinyl, and the rhinestones, they were talking specifically about using a cutting machine. So they were definitely talking about HTV because it's specifically to be used with a cutting machine. That particular program that they were talking about, and the software, it recognizes all the different cutting machines and so forth and so on and all of that. So my my education, my lack thereof education, that I have to get my vinyls straight and figure out where what the differences are. Marine vinyl sold at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's. Yes, and that's where I have bought them. I don't know where you buy embroidery vinyl that you're speaking of. Because yeah, I'm familiar with the marine vinyl, and I bought them at from all three places: Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's. So I have several different colors and stuff of the marine vinyl. Those purses that I showed you guys the other day, the ones that was real colorful. Well, all of them were. All of them were marine vinyl. All of them were, cause all of them, yeah, all of them were. All the except for the ones that I did out of cloth, they were all marine vinyls. I just don't. And then of course I have a lot of cricket vinyl, and I have some Caesar vinyl, and I know those are HTV vinyls. I'm not sure that know the difference in embroidery vinyl. So who knows that they can help me out because I don't know. And more specifically, where do you buy it from? So I would know the difference. That's my question. That is my question. Because I know the next time that I make an attempt, well, I'm not going to say that because this this webinar thing that I looked at, I was intrigued with it, and I'm going to definitely give it a try. And they were talking about, like I said, embroidery, HTV, and rhinestone, and I thought that was very cool and interesting. And I'm going to try to do something along that line. So I will be using whatever I have that says HTV vinyl. Hopefully I don't mess nothing up. And Tisha, you said you got your vinyl from my punk embroidery. I never heard of them, but that's cool. That is so cool. I'm learning all these different places that you can go and get stuff from. My punk broderie. Hmm. That is interesting. They do have, apparently, they have glitter vinyl. They sell it by the sheet. There's another place that I have to correct myself. I do know about embroidery vinyl. I just haven't bought any from them in a while. Where is the name? Because I used to order. I do have some vinyl that I have bought because I just remembered. I You can buy them by the sheet. That's what it is. It is Micro World sewing and embroidery vinyl. Anybody heard of that? It is. Let me see if I can. I'm just gonna put the name up here so you guys can see it. Micari. It's scrolling by. Micri world, micro world. I learned about this site when I first started embroidering. I learned about this particular site. Um, I saw this lady in Joanne in Virginia, and this particular Joanne sold Vikings and Husqvarna machines, embroidery machines, and she was working in there. And on her downtime, she was making um, key fobs, and they were really cute. And I asked her about because she was using cork and vinyl, and I asked her about it, and she said that she had a shop on Etsy, and she was a college student, and she was making, that was her side hustle, and she said she was doing pretty good, making about 10 grand a year as a side hustle, just selling those key fobs that she was making. They were really cute. And so I had asked her about the vinyl, and she told me about this place. So uh, so I have some of that. So evidently, I do have some embroidery. I had totally forgot about it. Totally forgot about it. And the reason it popped in my mind when I looked at that my broderie, I saw where they would sell a sheet, and I remembered that this particular place, if they're still open, because I haven't bought anything for them from them in a while, um, would sell by the sheet. You can get yeah, Tisha. Okay, so you bought from them as well. I have several places I get embroidery vinyl. I will send you an email. Okay, great. Angela, Angela Jasmine sells them? Really? I didn't know that. I never knew that. But yeah, Micro World. Yeah. I That's the first place I ever bought vinyl from, was from them. And like I said, I like them because you could buy them from by the sheet. and you can pick what you want. You know, pick the colors that you want if you're going to use more white, more green, more whatever you're going to do. So yeah, so you are familiar with it, which is good. But yeah, I am that had I had lost. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about it because I have not bought anything from them in a while, and I still have some of the stuff I bought. So there you go. I know what embroidered vinyl is. So it takes a minute sometimes. It takes a minute. Well, guys, it is almost 10 o'clock, and I know I've talked a lot about everything about me, which it was all about me. And I have not had birthday cake, but I have a birthday cupcake. Birthday cupcake. I didn't get a candle, so this is my birthday cake for today. I will be eating. It's a confetti hostess cake. You can see the little hostess design in it, and it's confetti. I don't know what it tastes like. Mm. Got filling inside of it too, so it's definitely a hostess cake. But that's my birthday cake. I didn't need a candle. I've been to burn the house down, putting up all those candles. Didn't need to do that. But let's say good night, ladies. Next week it's Christmas in July, so put your thinking caps on and think about all of the wonderful things that you can make and buy and do for Christmas in July. And all of you that stopped in to say hi and wish me happy birthday, I do appreciate it. I am so happy. I am overjoyed with the support that I get from you guys. I do appreciate it. You don't know how much I do. I really do appreciate it. That's why I wanted to share a little bit of me, so you can know a little bit about who I am. And hopefully that was interesting to you. I was trying not to share too much because I got a long history, but we don't need to know too many things. Some things you don't need to say. Mary, how are you? I missed everything. We'll have to watch the replay. Well, pretty much we're getting ready to sign off. Thanks for stopping in. And well, mine is Sunday, so I'm celebrating with you. Well, happy birthday, Felicia. Happy birthday. Thank you, Shirley. You have an interesting life. I definitely did not have a dull one. That part is for sure. I've been told by several people I should write a book. I've been told by several people because, like I said, I can't share or didn't share everything because you don't put it all out there. But I have definitely been told by several people I need to write a book with some of. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm not writing no book about my life. Don't nobody want to read no book about me. But yes, I have had an interesting life. Thank you, and I've enjoyed watching you tonight. Well, thank you, Felicia. I do appreciate that, and you have a wonderful birthday as well. Hopefully, you get everything that you desire. I really did get some good gifts this year, so I'm very, very happy and pleased with my birthday. It's been a good day. Got a lot of calls, got a lot of texts, got a lot of emails. I got a lot of likes on Facebook, all of that. So that really makes your day. I don't feel any older. I don't feel any older. I feel like I was the same way I was yesterday. But I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful to be still here and still halfway got my mind and everything. But I'm going to say good night. I'm going to sign off. I will talk to you guys next week. We're going to talk about Christmas in July and whatever the sales are. Speaking of sales, this is Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime started today and it goes from today to tomorrow. So if anybody needs to get anything from Amazon, especially if you're a Prime member, because you allegedly gets a special discount. Now, I'm a Prime member. I didn't see anything that looked like a special discount to me, but that's what they're saying. And Walmart has sales, Target has sales. Walmart, I think you have to be a Walmart Plus member. Target, you need to join their stuff, but it's free. I think Walmart, you have to pay. I'm not sure. Best Buy has something. So it's so many people out there trying to compete with Amazon, so that everybody's out here with sales. So just don't forget, if it's something you need or want, these sales are going on. And like I said, Amazon Prime sales is today, tonight, tomorrow, and I think that's it with them. So just wanted to throw that out there in the atmosphere if anybody is interested or didn't or was not aware. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say good night to everybody. Please have a wonderful rest of your week. And if it's the Lord's will, I will see you and talk to you next week. Good night, everybody.